Bisene ne-Go Digital SA Foundation. Siyathemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo.
Sanibonani bafundi baka grade 12. I hope niyaphila. Umesisi Sibiya, we are doing e-learner wellness. Isikhathi sama exams sesifikile. So we need to be prepared. Silungisele sazi ukuthi yini esidingayo. Namhlanje ke itopic yethu yanamhlanje ikhuluma ngokubuyekeza umsebenzi wakho. So it's revision of exam and also ukuthi ubhala kanjani and writing skills. Ukuthi how do you prepare for the exam wena as umfundi uzilungiselela kanjani. Sesiyobhala ke manje. Sifikile ilanga lokuthi siyobhala exam. What do we need? Yini esidingayo? One, fanele nje wenze sure ukuthi esandleni sakho before yongena exam room uphethe 3 black pens and lawo mapeni awabhale, because once angabhala uyaqala ke manje uyathintitha ipeni, uyaphenika, isikhathi siyahamba sekuze kuphuma nemetha okade uyitadishile ekhanda. So make sure ukuthi unamapeni amathathu amnyama, una 2 pencils. Now futhi they are sharpened, aloliwe, une rubber. Sometimes it is called an eraser. Uyiphethe iphakathi la, and also mhlambe we've got a watch. Although in the exams room, in the exam rooms where they provide a clock la uthi invigilate lokho itshela khona isikhathi, but it helps ukuthi ube ne lucky watch or ne clock. And most important fanele ube ne ID. I-ID yakho enza sure ukuthi uyiphethe, and any other equipment that you may need inside the exam room. All these lezi ngikhuluma ngazo, amapeni, pencils, irubber, i-ID yakho, iwashi, konke lokho fanele kube uwazi ukuthi nje day before or hours before uphekile ku ready ukuthi uyongena nakho in the exam room. Right. Okubalekile ke sesifikile isikhathi sokuthi uyobhala. Don't spend time ukhuluma nabangani bakho, because lokho kuzokwenza ukuthi ube confused. Suzothuka ke manje. So spending time talking to abangani bakho, to friends before the exam or before you start writing, kufanele uku-avoid. Why? Because umuntu uzovela sho seyisikhathi sokuthi uyobhala, mhlambe kusele an hour before ubhala, avela akhulume ngento ongazange uze uyifunde ngento, and then uyaqala ke manje uyaphenika. So avoid spending time or talking to friends about the exam before you start writing. So lokho nje wazi ukuthi it's a no. Okunye futhi, because avoidani lapho njengoba ungafuna ukukhuluma nabo, it's because you are avoiding them confusing you. Avoid the confusion, because bazokuconfuse. They are going to be talking about something ongakaze uze uyifunde. Siyaqala ke manje siyaphenika kanti imetha okade uyifundile siyabaleka ekhanda. So avoid that. Okunye futhi okuzokusiza ukuthi spend time alone, iba wedwa. Why ube wedwa? Because ila uzowenza all these exercises that ngitshela ngawo, breathing in and breathing out, taking deep breaths, kuzokusiza lokho, and lokho kwenza alone. just before you get to the exam. And this might even help you with we have your time with your God ukuthi inkosi yami sekuyisikhathi ukuthi ube nami esingiyongena lapha le exam room. But if you've got friends bazolokhu bekudisturba belokhu besho izinto ezolokhu zikudisturba ziphatha kabi. So iba wedwa, take deep breaths, calm yourself down, uzama ukuthi calm yourself down, and then usangena uyabhala. Okunye fanele avoid, stop studying. Awufanele ukuthi makusele 30 minutes, stop studying 30 minutes before the exam. Before the exam. Most yabona nje uma kulo 30 minutes fanele ngabe usuyongena usuyahlala phansi uba-ready. When if you are still studying ayikho vele into ezongena. Ibasho nje ukuthi ayikho into esazongena ekhanda lakho ngaleso sikhathi before you enter the exam room. Because why? Your brain, ingqondo yakho ngeke isaba naso isikhathi so wenzani to absorb manje whatever okufundayo properly, because vele already usunjani usuku panic mode, usuthukile, usuyasaba, usuyatatazela. So 30 minutes before lapho nje you need to calm yourself down. And also okunye yenza sure mfundi waka grade 12 ukuthi you arrive in good time. Fika ngesikhathi esifanele. Arrive in good time. It can be 30 minutes before you are seated or 45 minutes before. Yenza sure ukuthi ngalesikhathi senihlaliswa phansi because you have your exam numbers. Mangena lapho ever la nibhalela khona. Vele it's arranged according to your exam number ukuthi wena uhlele endaweni ethile. So make wena ukuthi umsebenzi wama invigilator ubelula no akho futhi ubelula, because when you get there 30 or 45 minutes before qala iphepha you are calm, you are seated, uyohlala la khona exam number yakho, and then usuqala ke you calm yourself down because usunjani usu-ready ukuthi vele I'm about to write the exam. So arrive in good time. 30 minutes before is good. Uma uhamba public transport ukuza lapho kwivenue, yenza sure again ukuthi if you are using public transport, plan zilungiselele 2 hours in advance. In other words, ayengithi iphepha liqala u9 ekseni, right? Wena usebenzisa public transport la usuka khona, so by u7 usuphumile la uhlala khona. Why? Because mhlawumbe uhamba ngeTaxi, mhlawumbe uhamba ngebus, mhlawumbe uhamba ngestimela, uzothola ukuthi iTaxi ayizogcwala ngesikhathi, usuyaphenika, ibhasi izofa, stimela singabe on time. So already when usunjani usu late. So zinike nje ukuthi you have 2 hours in advance la oy prepare khona ukuthi if iphepha liqala u9 then mina ngo7 ngiyaphuma, if iphepha liqala u2 ngo12 sengiyaphuma endlini, if liqala u5 then mina ngiyazi ukuthi ngo3 sengiyaphuma, because you are preparing yourself in advance, 2 hours in advance. Lokho ku avoid ama mishaps ongahlangabezana nawo njengoba ngishilo nje ukuthi, and also kuzokunika isikhathi kulo 2 hours ukuthi if ufike 2 hours before then you have an hour to go over your work. Usunesikhathi lapho uhlala phansi ubuyekeza umsebenzi wakho, you are calm, uhleli phansi, you go over your work while unjani, while ulinda ukuthi yenze njani iqale exam. And no awakhohlwa nama exercises engitshela ngawo, those breathing in and out exercises, because they help you. Ayakusiza to calm you down, awenza ukuthi ungapanic. Right, okay. Nakho ke manje si exam ke you are inside the exam room ke manje. Once the exam starts, once isiqala ke manje exam usuzobhala ke manje. Right, nazi izinto fanele uzibheke. Once the exam starts, iziphi izinto kufanele uyibheke. Right? Make sure one ukuqala nje because lapha awusabhali igama lakho, awusagcwalisa igama lakho nesibongo sakho. Sekhulunywa ngani manje? Sekhulunywa ngama-exam numbers lawo osofanele ufike uyiphethe inside the exam room, and isuke isihamba ne-timetable yakho ukuthi ubhala nini ngasikhathini, iziphi ifundo oyibhalayo. So yenza sure-ke wena ukuthi make sure that your exam number is written. Write your exam number, hayi igama lakho. You write your exam number and all the other details, and wenze sure ukuthi all these details they are correct. One. And then so usually when you're about to start writing, they give you about 10 minutes ukuthi wenzeni, ukuthi ufunde iphepha. Awukaqali ukubhala, you haven't started writing, they give you 10 minutes ukuthi ufunde iphepha. So ngekathi unikwa iphepha, i-invigilator ihamba yawakhipha amaphepha yanika sometimes banika bese babhekise phansi thi ungalithinti. Once baqeda wonke umuntu usenayo iphepha and then sungaliphendula-ke, then once they say to you, you can go through the paper. Uma bethi go through the paper, awukakabhali ipheni nje uliphethe, you are going through the paper, uyalifunda lonke iphepha. Yenza sure-ke ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi when they say go through the paper, ukuthi wena you read through the whole question paper. Lifunde lonke. Read through the whole question paper. Why the whole question paper? Because ngenkathi ulifunda, you have an idea now ukuthi hayi usunayo idea, it's like ama-fillers, usuyabona ukuthi hayi no ngingaba right la, ngizokwazi ukubhala la no ngizokwazi uphendula le mbuzo. So you just browse through, uyalifunda lonke but you read it through wena. Awakaqala ukubhala. Kulo 10 minutes onikiwe, read through the question paper, and then ngasikhathi uyawabuka, you go for easier questions. Ma questions awafani, nawe futhi uyazazi ukuthi ustruglisha kuphi. So okuzokusiza to gain confidence ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi uzothi go through this paper. Into ezokusiza, you are going to mark the easier questions as you read, to do them first. Uyabuka ukuthi okay, question 2 no question 4 iwona ngizoqala ngawo. It doesn't matter ukuthi uqale ngayiphi question as long as i-numbering yakho is correct. It doesn't mean ukuthi fanele uqale ngo-question 1. Wena mawubona ukuthi question 2 no question 4 they are easier for you, and then ungaqala ngo-question 2 as long as your numbering, indlela onumberishe ngayo, as long as it's correct, then ungaqala ngawo. So you mark the easier questions as you read. Ukuthi lawo ke lama questions lawo iqale ngawo, I am going to do them first. And then ekugcineni ke sengobona ke mhlambe sengoqala ngalawa ngathi anzinyana, but mina ngizoqala ngalawa that are much easier. Okay, and also while still on that, you work out how much time you need to spend on each question. Question paper yakho 20 marks, 10 marks, 15 marks. So when the allocation of marks, so you are paying manje ukuthi no, mina I'm going to work out how much time I will need to spend on each question engizonjani engizoyiphendula. Nakho kokubalekile, the most important thing ufanele uyiqikelele ukuthi 1, take your time. Take your time, ungatatazeli. Ukuthi omunye useceleni kwakho useqalile ukubhala, when usafunda, if first you can start writing, omunye usiyaqala usiyabhala. No, that doesn't mean nawe sikufanele ugijime uthathe iphepha usuyabhala. No, thatha ipeni yabhala. Take your time, thatha isikhathi sakho, as long as wena wazi ukuthi you have worked out how much time you will need for each question. So musutatazela ukuthi oseceleni kwakho ohleli ngala eceleni kwakho on the other side of you siyabhala. That doesn't mean awusefanele thatha ipeni ubhale. No, thatha isikhathi sakho. Take your time, and also besides taking your time, think carefully. Cabangisisa kahle. Think carefully before you start writing ukuthi lento engizoyibhala iyona yini. Is it the right answer for this question? And also keep calm. Calm yourself down. Musutatazela. Musupenika. Because isikhathi esakho. Njoba ngithi nje take your time. Isikhathi is-allocatiwe esakho. Phela nje wena fanele wenze sure ukuthi lama questions wonke uzowaqeda ngesikhathi esinjani esi-right. And also ignore the learners. Laba bazoqeda kuqala nawe. Ignore learners who finish first. Bazokwenza ukuthi uphenike usuyatatazela. No, ignore them who finish first before you do. Why? Because yena mhlambe indlela esiphiwe ngayo ayifani. Mhlambe wena vele uslow when it comes to writing. Vele uyazazi ukuthi ubhala kancane. Or uyazazi ukuthi you take your time. Uyayifundisisa question. So musutatazela ukuthi lo seceleni kwakho useqedile ubhala. That doesn't mean ke nawe ke sekufanele manje utatazele ukuthi hayi nange sesukuma nange seqedile ukubhala nami sekufanele ngiphuthume ukuthi nami sengifuna ukubhala. No, don't forget about the person next to you. Wena nje make sure ukuthi you keep calm, you calm yourself down, and you think carefully. Bangisisa kahle ukuthi yini ufuna ukubhala ngayo. And also okunye futhi take your time and ignore the learners because bona mhlambe bayasheshisa vele mabebhala. So just ignore them. Okunye, never leave the exam room early. Ungajaha ukushesha uphume. Never leave the exam room early. Ungamane ube wokugcina. Ungamane ulinde sekuthiwa ulinde masekuthiwa pens down because vele i-invigilator nkathi ubhala they time you. Bayakutshela ukuthi sekusele 1 hour is gone or 30 minutes is gone, 45 minutes is gone. Ngalesi sikhathi besho zonke lezo zinto wena uyabhala. So if ukuthi uqeda ekugcineni, it's fine. If uqeda sekuthiwa pens down, it's fine. Nobody is going to chase you out of the exam room. Ayikho umuntu ozokukhipha athi phuma. Uzophuma masekuthiwe nje pens down. So enza sure ukuthi you don't leave the exam room early. Ngoba awufuna impress abangani bakho ukuthi ngiphume eqala ephepheni. Uphume eqala ephepheni ubhaleni. Yenza sure makuthi usheshe waqeda mhlawumbe iphepha lilula for wena. Go over your paper again. Phindela futhi emuva. Funisisa kahle ama question. Uzothola ukuthi as you go over your paper again, mhlambe khona question that you skipped ongazange uze uyibhale or othe uzobuyela kuyona. So it gives you enough time ukuthi uma ungasheshi ukuphuma vele uzokwazi ukuthi uphinde urevise. Make sure that you use all the time. Sisebenzise sonke isikhathi osinikiwe. Ikhona into ongayenza ngaleso sikhathi. There is something you can do to improve your answers. Uzothola ukuthi ngale sikhathi usuqedile uphinde ubheke emuva urevise ubheke emuva uthola ukuthi there are questions that are left out. There is something ama marks la mhlambe no 10 marks nje ubungazange uzunake. So it gives you enough time ukuthi uyakwazi ukuthi uphinde urevise. Okay, nanaka ama questions ngithe khohle abantu abasheshe baphume, khohle abantu abasheshe baphume phambi kwakho. Nakho okubalekile. What is it that you need to do? You need to read the questions carefully. Read the questions carefully. Why must you read the questions carefully? You must read the questions carefully. Why? Because one, you make sure that you understand questions before answering them. Most of Jahobala grade 12. Funda kala. Read the question. Ubone ukuthi no, I understand the question. And as I understand the question, then I can start writing I can start answering. So, ogunye, besides reading the question carefully, 1, read the questions carefully. 2, answer only what is asked. Please, pendula lokho okubuziwe. Answer only what is asked. Hayi lokho ocabanga ukuthi kubuziwe. Pendula lokho okubuziwe. Why? Because you are saving time lapho. Okwesibili, you are there to score marks. So, read the questions carefully. Make sure that you understand the question and also answer only what is asked. So wenzani lapho? You are following the instructions. You are following the instructions. Ulandela ama instructions anjani obuziwe bona. So you do as you are told. And okunye, keep checking. Pinda ulokhu uyibheka. Keep checking whether you are answering what is asked. Pinda ubheke, phindela ku question. Ngisaphendula kona okubuziwe. Yes, ngisaphendula kona. Keep checking whether you are answering what is being asked. And also pay attention to the words, amagama that are used in the questions. Mhlambe amagama that are used in the question mhlambe to analyze. If let's analyze, then check ukuthi we are analyzing when. If it's to examine, is it what you are doing? Are you examining? If it's to illustrate, we are checking njalo ukuthi zonke lezi zinto uyazenza yini to complete the following. That is why it is important to do what? To keep checking whether you are answering what is asked. And also to keep checking ukuthi you are answering what is asked and also whether uphendula umbuzo obuziwe and then you are answering into efanele ngabe uyayiphendula yini. Okay. Nakage ama common exam errors. The common exam errors enwenzayo as you write. Ama common exam, all right. Maskulum ama common exam errors. Amaphutha a common ajwayelekile enwenzayo grade 12 or maseniphendula ama questions. Kukhona, that's what we call poor exam writing skills. Uzothola ukuthi ama common errors ke la izinto ezicommon enzenzayo ukuthi ama learners amaningi they lose ama marks. Why? Baluza kanjani ama marks? Because of the poor writing skills. Qamuka kanjani ama poor writing skills? One, uthola ukuthi you are careless when it comes to numbering. Ngithe mhlambe ngozophendula question, uyalifunda iphepha lonke ngithi unike iphepha. Uthola ukuthi iphepha are going to begin with the easier questions. Uthola ukuthi easier question yakho iqala question 2. Question 1 mhlambe uthe ubanzinyana. It doesn't matter ukuthi uqala ngo question 2. As long as your numbering is correct, you can start with question 2. But yenza sure ke ukuthi numbering yakho, you are numbering ama answers akho, they are correctly numbered. So don't be careless because you are going to lose ama marks. Imark amayisifika thola ukuthi wena ubhale mhlambe ubhale uphendulile but numbering yakho is wrong. then you're gonna lose marks. Make sure that you are not careless when it comes to numbering answers. And also, make sure that you read the questions carefully. Fundisisa i-question ukuthi ifunani. Qala. Don't answer what is not asked. Ungaphendula into engabuziwe. Ake ngithi nje question yakho it's a multiple choice question. Okay. Multiple choice question ine-answer engaki? Ine-answer eyodwa. Uyakhetha. Mhlambe i-answer is A, B, C or D. So when it comes to multiple choice question, then there is only one answer. There is only one answer. The answer iyodwa. So when I make sure with any, if you give more than one answer, give two answers, it means you are not sure of your answer. So usuyaluza ama-marks. Yenza sure ke ukuthi i-answer oyinikayo when it comes to multiple choice question iyodwa. Okunye futhi ama-answers, yenza sure ukuthi ama-answers akho owanikayo they are in line, ayahambisana with the words abuziwe. Most uphendula something that has nothing to do with the question just because ufuna ukugcwalisa nje ukuthi uyabhala. Now uyayibona lento oyibhalayo ukuthi ayina sense, awazi nokuthi uthini. Just because wathi uthisha eklasini bhala nje ungashiyi ku-blank, that doesn't mean a thing, because you're going to lose marks, because vele now uyayazi lento oyibhalayo ukuthi ayibuzwanga and it has nothing to do with the question that is being asked. So phendula wena ama-answers akho awahambisane in line with the words ezihambisana ne-question le ebuziwe. Okunye futhi makuthiwa give examples. Makuthiwa give examples. Makuthiwa give an example. Then if they say give examples, that's a mark. For giving that example, it's a tick. It's a mark for you. Inike leyo example because iyimaki kuwena. You are gaining marks for that. And also, okunye okubalulekile, please, grade 12, write neatly. Bhala into ebonakalayo. Write something that is legible. Umuntu ozokwazi ukuthi ayifunde into oyibhalayo. Uyabhala uyaxikisa, uyahlikihla uyabhala axikisa. Lelo phepha nje umuntu olimakayo vele akasena interest ukuthi yaze yayinuku ingane liphendula leli phepha. Make sure not handwriting yakho ayikho that good, but if in it umuntu olimakayo iphepha lakho naye uzoba na interest ukuthi akwazi ukukumakela because uyabona ukuthi umsebenzi walomntwana unjani, uneeds. And then so if ukuthi any question awuyizwa kahle, move on, qhubekela phambili. Don't spend time kuleyo question. Kuzothi mawusuqedile all the questions, then also revise, you go back ke manje usuphendula ke. Don't waste time if you can't answer that question ngaleso sikhathi. Don't spend time on that question. Instead move on, and then you'll come back uphinde ke futhi manje usuzama ukwenzenjani uphendula ke lembuzo ke ebekade ikuhlolile. And also make sure that you follow the instructions. Instructions, they are there phela ukuthi wenze njani uwalandele. Make sure that you follow the instructions. Ungavele nje ubhale into engazange ize injani ize ibuzwe. And okunye okuzokusiza njengoba ngithi musujaha ukuphuma kwi-exam, kuzothi masuqedile wonke ama-questions from question 1 to question 5 or question 3 or whatever, usuthi ke manje go back wenze njani ke manje. You are returning now to the questions that you left unanswered. Phindela kula ma-questions ongawaphendulanga. Sunesikhathi ke manje ubheka ukuthi I still have 20 minutes. Sengakwazi ukuthi ngiphendule la question ebinjani ebingihlulile ekuqaleni. And then also lokho kukusiza kuphi? Kukusiza ekutheni awuzange usheshe wenze njani uphume. You didn't leave early. awuzange ulandele umngani wakho uthi hayi ngoba usibani bani umngani wami siphuza naye i-drink nge-break usiyaphuma nami sengiyaphuma cha. I-exam eyakho, exam number oyibhalile lapha eyakho, ma-results mayiphuma abhalwe wena awabhaliwe umngani wakho. Isikhathi sakho lesi, this is the beginning of your future. So yenza sure ukuthi uhleli uyaqeda uyarevise yonke into. By the time uphuma usuyazi ukuthi I know sengi-right osekungihlulile ngempela, it was beyond my means bengeke ngisakwazi, but engikuphendulile ngine-sure ukuthi ngikuphendulile and ngiphasile. So okunye ke futhi please when when you write ama-answers, please leave space. Leave space between answers. Lokho kwenzani? Kwenza ukuthi umsebenzi wakho ube njani? Ube neat. Leave spaces between ama-answers. Lokho kwenza ukuthi umsebenzi wakho ube neat. Nomuntu omakayo uyabona ukuthi wena uyingane eyithandayo. Okay. Ama-questions ke ngizoba ngishilo ukuthi ahlukene. There are different types of questions. Different types of questions. Ahlukene kanjani? Ngeke ngenze example nge-multiple choice question. Multiple choice ila sikhetha khona. Multiple choice question. Kwi-multiple choice question kwenzekani lapho? Bakunika ama-answer awu-4. Kulama answer awu-4, there is only one that is correct. Iyodwa enjani correct. Sometimes uzoba confused because kunegama elilodwa nje ezoconfuse. Thola u-A no B cishe kufane, kunegama elilodwa nje enjani ehlukile. So ke wena wenze njani? Mhlambe bazothi mhlambe nansi question ngizakunika example. But one of the following is not a useful method for preparing for an exam. One of the following is not. Let me write this down. Now a question. It's a question. One of the following is not. Keyword lapho bani not is not a useful method. One of the following is not a useful method for preparing for an examination. Kusho kuthini? Kusho ukuthi lama answer awu-4, u-A no B no C no D, khona eyodwa enjani, which is not a useful method. Yona ke le abayifunayo, which is not a useful method for preparing for an exam. Okay. U-A wakho uthini? Uthi start preparing well in advance by drawing up a study timetable. U-A uthi start preparing well in advance by drawing up a study timetable. Okay. U-B uthini? Uthi keep your study timetable. One, u-A uthi start preparing well in advance. U-B uthi keep your study timetable. U-C uthi use an active study method such as the SQ3R. Yakhumbula SQ3R where you survey a question and then you revise, you recite. So but one of the following, and then uthi uthini? Uthi for relaxation, go to a party the night before your exam. Uthi for relaxation, when a night before your balance, go to a party. It's a question. It's one of the following is not a useful method for preparing for an exam. So obviously, question answer yakho bani uthi is not, because uthi uthi uD wenze njani, hamba uye kuphi ephathini the night before. So it is very important ukuthi when it comes to answering our questions, if it's a multiple choice, izokugayida njengoba ngithi kunegama nje elilodwa noma awu-2 azokudida, because vele i-aim ukuthi udideke. So wena musudideka because uyazi ukuthi kufanele ukhethe i-answer eyodwa and it should be the correct answer. And then ngitheke kunama types of questions, multiple choice, mhlambe it's not a multiple choice question, it's a true or false. Khona true or false. It's either you answer true or you answer false. Nalapho ke futhi it's very tricky. Lama questions, they are very tricky as well. So you need to pay careful attention before you answer ukuthi true or false. Omunye uzothola ukuthi mhlawumbe true bodwa, mhlawumbe false sekugcineni, busiyabheka ukuthi hayibo awukwazi ngabo true bodwa false ube wodwa, busiyashintsha. Ushintsha vele into correct because vele true bawu5, u6 u false. Usiyabheka ukuthi hayibo ngeke abakwazi ulandelana kanje. So ake ngithi true false. No. Make sure ukuthi you have read the question carefully. Mhlambe it's not about multiple choice. It's not about true or false. Mhlambe it's matching items. Matching items. Usually, when it comes to matching items, we are going to column A, bese kuba no column B. Then when you are matching items from column A, you match with items to column B. Nalapho bayabhala bakudidanisa. Uyazi ukuthi A mhlambe mhlambe ngalaba bhala mhlambe column A is A, B, C, D, E ngiyalinganisa. Ngala ku column B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the answer ka column A, u-A, i-answer yakhona ika column B number 4. Angithi you are matching items. So told you ika number 4. You are matching ama items lapho. Uthothi mhlambe i-answer ka D ya ku column A ilapha ku number 1 ka column B. You are matching ama items ukuthi yipi item ematchayo from column A ematcha no column B. Mhlambe it's not about matching items. That says a different types of questions angithi mhlambe thola ukuthi ama sentence they are incomplete. So when I wenza a sentence completion babhalile but I sentence aliphelele. So when I wenza njani uyagcwalisa. Usually ku sentence completion kusuke ama short questions. So ama questions amafishane. Wena uyaqedelela because you are completing an incomplete sentence. Uqedelela i-sentence elingekho complete. Nakho ona yenza sure that you read carefully to make sure you know what it says and you answer what is asked for. Yenza sure ukuthi uphendula lokho okubuziwe and you answer what is asked for and you know as well what it says. Lithini lona. Mhlambe it's not a sentence completion. Akuyona multiple choice. Akuyona true or false. Akuyona sentence completion, but it's a case study. It's a case study question. If it's a case study question, then you have to read again. Usually, I'm a case study questions give about my essay type questions as well. So nalapho ke futhi read carefully. Fundisisa kahle to find out exactly what is being asked. So you read carefully what is being asked. And besides that, you plan ahead. We also if it's a case study, you plan ahead because finally it's a case study, something that you have studied. So you plan ahead. And then you also, if it's a case study, you support with evidence. Finally, we support with evidence. Finally, ibe ne evidence. So in other words, finally, if it should be something that is practical, right? We've come to the end of our lesson, but there is no cause for panic. Uma wena, before uyobhala, uyilandela zonke all these steps that you spoke about before the exam, amapena akho ready, isikhathi sakho yonke into yakho i-ready, awunasikhathi sabangani 30 minutes before uyobhala, ufika 2 hours if ukuthi uhlala kude, transport yakho uyayilungisa before. If you make sure ukuthi zonke lezi zinto, and then also exam room, you take your time, awumbheke kuseceleni uyasukuma, awunasikhathi sakhe because when uyazi ukuthi uzobhala la, and then type of questions as well, and then iphepha lakho ulifundile uyazi uqala ngamaphi, then konke is just easy, cheesy. You pass your paper, you pass your exam with flying colors, but konke kusekutheni ufundile yini. Ngiyakhuluma ngizenkihlisa amagwebhu, ngitshela about all the skills, about all the writing skills, about everything that you need to do before you get to the exam. But the main question is, did you prepare? Are you ready? Uyayazi yini ukuthi uyobhalani? Ufundile yini? That is all. So all the best for the coming exams. We've come to the end of the lesson. Thank you so much.
Ningakhohlwa ukuthi nisengathokozela ezinye izifundo eziyisithupha kanye nezengeziwe i-learner wellness, i-career guidance kanye ne-advanced program. Hlanganyela nathi kwizifundo ezi-online ku-068 151 1072 noma ku-GoDigi@godigitalsa.today. Siyabonga.